Mamelodi Sundowns dropping points against Stellenbosch. They almost did a sucker punch the way on that last minute before the ref uh, or the linesman caught that offside trap. That Mamelodi Sundowns, they almost were caught slipping. But there's no need to panic if I would say Mamelodi Sundowns, at least they still got the game in hand that they need to capitalize on and make sure that they regain that top spot. But this video is all about what I said earlier on, that the way that Mamelodi Sundowns is playing when it comes to them scoring more goals like Orlando Pirates is doing, because that's my fear in days like this. When they start dropping points, they become far away from points wise, far away in goal differences. So the difference right now still stands the way that this game started and the way after the game finished, because Stellenbosch did find an equalizer. Shout out to Ron William. He did play his part in saving that penalty. As much as the linesman, there was a flag that was raised there. I don't know why that flag was raised for, but I would suspect that it's because maybe Ronza left the line before the kick was done, which was supposed to be a retake. But other than that, Stellenbosch, they deserve a draw because Mamelodi Sundowns couldn't bury the game. They couldn't go and get more goals. They were comfortable with that 1-0 lead. Up until the second half, that's when you started to see, after the introduction of Tembazan and the Great Shaker, you started to see, okay, there's a little bit of ball rotation there and there. I understand maybe it's the fatigue with the players that they were busy also with this CAF semi-finals, but right now, Mamelodi Sundowns, they need to switch on there. We must bury the game. We must capitalize so that we don't put ourselves in unnecessary pressure, because there was nothing in Stellenbosch up until us. We gave it to them on the platter. There's nothing much we can say, as much as we wish that Kulman Ndamane is the type of player that he is. He could have done something way different in conceding that penalty. But I think that's why football, it's called football. There's some mistakes that you are going to get punished for so that you learn from them. There was no need for him to go the way that he did on that ball. If he was not, make sure just stay on the ground. There's no need for you to commit that type of tackle and then you still miss the ball. But yeah, other than that, I hope he does grow. With Debza, I could see that Debza was slowly getting frustrated the way that Mamelodi Sundowns was playing today. If you look at his body language, or if you look at how he was playing, Debza tried to push the team to go forward, go and get more goals instead of this ball rotation at the back, because it was not going anywhere. But other than that, I would say there's no need to panic. Mamelodi Sundowns still get a chance to win the Betway Premiership. And now the painful part about it is that this league, the way that they are playing, they're not betting their chances. It can go down to the wire, which if it does go down the wire, it's really going to be on unnecessary pressure because of the goals that Orlando Pirates is scoring right now. Pirates is a goal scoring machine. We can never run away from that. But Mamelodi Sundowns, they also need to make sure that they bury the game when they have a chance. So that in moments like this, when the team pulls one back, at least they still got that cushion. At the same time, with Jaden Adams, or I would say those last two subs that were introduced, I would say that roughly in the last 5 minutes or the last 10 minutes, I don't think Cardoso was going to introduce those players. I may be wrong. Maybe that was his game management, but I don't think those players are going to be introduced up until Stellenbosch they capitalized on that penalty or on that mistake that Kulusondamane did make. Other than that, I think Uh, this guy, he was pleased with how Mamelodi Sundowns is playing. Maybe he wanted them to push a little bit further, push a high ground up. But other than that, I don't think we must panic. Mamelodi Sundowns will, raining or not, they will defend this Betway Premiership. The only way to do that, stop dropping unnecessary points, and at the same time, whatever you do, score the goals. Get that cushion goal, and then we're gonna get the 3 points. But shout out to all the fans that came through in that game. Once again, Loftus was, I would say it was in full voice, as much as it was not that packed. But other than that, the fans that came through there, as always, Yellow Nation, they did push the team. Let's see. Richards Bay up next. Let's take it.